10 Minutes of Truth with Shawn A. Barksdale is committed to bringing you the truth.
Our esteemed guest today is Mr. Perez Last, actor and pivotal character of the Paramount Plus show, Mayor of Kingstown. How you doing, brother?
I'm amazing, man. How are you?
I'm great, man.
Always be careful where you put your energy. I lost the scholarship.
Oh, really? Always come bearing gifts, so got a little something for you, brother.
Antoine Fuqua, his work with Denzel. You know, who doesn't want to be a part of something like that?
Perez Last, what's next for you, brother?
You know, it's just, you just don't know.
My mother and my father, they fell in love when they was real young. Had me, so on and so forth, right? My father went to prison, right? When I was very young. All right, so we're talking about a need. I didn't know how much I needed my father. I turned to the streets. I turned to my homeboys, right? And many of us now, we coming up in a time where it's gangs. We was a gang back then, but it wasn't like the Bloods or the Crips or MS-13 like that. We was just guys that we was running with. The first time I ever got in trouble, I was 12. I was in school. We got the rumbling in school, and it was bad. It's the first time, very first time, that I saw a handcuff key. And when they put them cuffs on, you know that sound. Because I had no respect for authority. None. I'm labeled. Once you get that label, it sort of puts you in a place, because now you gotta own up to it. You know what I'm saying? Because I hadn't started ratchets yet. Ratchets means guns. So now I'm on probation. You trick that joint up. Like, yo, bro, I got 2 more months, yo. I'm on probation. I caught a weed charge. Y'all know, you shaking your head like, I know that. You know what I'm saying? I'm there, I'm with you, right? But you still just supplying the need, right? So now the peer pressure coming, because now you're getting older. Now come the girls, you know what I'm saying? Now you need some money.
From that conversation, we went on to spark many conversations all over this nation.
My name is Shawn Barksdale, and I could really talk to you guys about how my father wasn't in my life and how that detrimentally scarred me. I could talk to you about how I started getting in trouble when I was 12, 13 years old. I could talk to you about how when I was 17 years old, first time I got incarcerated. I could tell you about, I did 14 years in prison. I could tell you about all that stuff, but that ain't what I want to really talk about. I didn't listen to anyone that had substance. The generation that I came up with, we wasn't taking pictures because we were selling dope and, all of that type of stuff, so you didn't want to be in pictures. Whatever I find out, right, whatever I hear from my grandparents or maybe someone else, you know what I'm saying, I go and tell my man, you brilliant in your own right. You know what I'm saying? But you're misunderstood because they don't know how to get the information to you, maybe. You have to know the condition of a people before you teach them. Just maybe 2 weeks ago, we designed the clothing for the Mayweather fight, for the fighters. I went from somebody telling me, you ain't never gonna be nothing. I've been on the street 5 years, maybe, right? Hopefully I catch all your ear, because there's a big world out there waiting on you. And whatever skill set that you have, whatever you're gonna bring to the table, go out there and claim it. I just wanna leave y'all with that. Thank you, man. My name's Shawn Barksdale, man. Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate you guys, man. Thank you. I came up with this concept, boots on the ground. It's a military term. Our school systems have become a war zone in a lot of regard. So we are here to start to bridge a gap. So we want the children to be able to cross over to you, and you to be able to cross over to the children effectively. In the late 80s, crack cocaine ripped through every single community. There's a pivotal piece for me and most children that may be plaguing and affecting not only the staff, children as well. My father was gone. A role model can either be good or bad. I don't have one. My father was in prison. My mother working all the time. And I learned very quickly, a grown woman came to me and said she would trade sex for the drugs. She said, I will do anything. I have Snoop Dogg telling me bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. And I believe them. And I disrespected a lot of people. I ended up going to prison for 14 years. I didn't understand my value. Your teachers, your educators have great information for you. Change it's a process, it's not an event. An event is you go to a little dirt concert, you wild out, you leave. A process is a day in and a day out thing, man, that we have to do. It's not cool, man, to invite a woman to your private parts. It's not cool to invite these teachers to your private parts or anybody in those streets in a vulgar manner. You see what Will Smith did? Your life can change because of a choice, a bad one. I didn't have a facility that cared enough. The boots on the ground effect, we here for it. Boots on the ground. We bought the smoke, the good smoke though. We bought that work. We ain't no one-off. That's it, we here now. Hopefully, we can start to bridge that gap. You gotta learn the worth, your value, the respect of yourself. That's why we're here. That's why your teachers are here. That's why they are in you guys' lives. What we have for you guys is, we brought you guys some journals, and you can start to write down why you feel the way that you feel today. Journaling can change your life. I'll write one word. I'm mad. That's the shift. Come back later on. Add to it. I'm mad, but I'm not now. I did good in school. That day right there, you know, I did well, man, and my teacher gave me a hug. You guys are the future. You just have to know what your value is. Elon Musk, he has ADHD. Look at him. Look at who he is, who he became. He didn't let it stop him. All of you guys are unstoppable. On three, boots on the ground. Boots on the ground. 1, 2, 3, boots on the ground. 1, 2, 3, boots on the ground. That's what we are. That's what we're here for. My name is Shawn Barksdale. Thank you guys so much for having us.
We have Senator Joe Morrissey with us today. How you doing, Joe?
Man, I'm doing great, Shawn. It is an honor to appear on your podcast.
Thank you.
Kudos to all that you've done in your life. You are the epitome of somebody who took lemons and made lemonade. I see my role in the Virginia General Assembly to champion criminal justice reform. I introduced a bill that abolished the death penalty.
Right.
That changes people's lives.
Absolutely.
I introduced a bill that ended bail prescriptions. People weren't able to make bail. I introduced a bill that prohibited the police from engaging in chokeholds or no-knock entries. And I introduced a bill that created more mental health dockets in the Commonwealth. You're holding...
This is amazing.
His DNA inside that glove is rubbing off on you right now. You might end up being as pretty as Muhammad Ali.
Or you.
I can't get any prettier. Come on.
That's beautiful, man.
You just talked to those young ladies briefly about what it takes to be a black businesswoman.
Okay. Well, to be a black businesswoman, first I would have to say you have to have a strong background. And if you come from a place where there's not a strong background, you need to surround yourself with positivity, positive women that always has a focus to strive to do better. Through school, you have to always achieve to go higher. You can't be mediocre. I'll do enough to get by. You have to dig deep, pull out all that you have. Go to college, get as much education as you can. They're mentors. Find your positive mentors. Keep a positive energy. You're gonna look to the left, you're gonna look to the right, you're gonna be like, oh, but they're having so much fun. But they're not trying to go where you're going.
This is a 4-part series highlighting the health, life, and death series. We found it imperative to equip the community with the necessary information relating to viruses and diseases, such as cancer and COVID. Today's hospital chaplain offers spiritual guidance and pastoral care to patients and the families.
as chaplain, sometimes I will go through and just make myself available by at least they're able to see me through that window in our intensive care unit.
Are you able to go into a room of someone who you know that they're not going to come out of this situation?
With the proper PPE,
right?
We are, bottom line is we are going to meet the needs of the patients.
COVID changed everything, and it's all about community. And that's all that we want to provide is the information to the community. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. What a gift.
Hospice is a formal benefit. It is defined in Medicare regulatory language as a program, an all-inclusive program for those whose prognosis is 6 months or less. So we have to have reasonable expectation that that patient's going to die within 6 months. And then once we have that in place, we can deliver comprehensive care to them. So it's not just nursing care, it's nursing, it's social work, it's chaplain, it's home health aides, it's therapy if needed. And then in addition to the services that they get, we're also providing their medical equipment. We're providing their medications that contribute to their comfort. We're providing basic medical supplies. So it's a very, very good all-inclusive benefit covered at 100% under patients' Medicare.
Okay. So even though there are communities that have had members that are vaccinated, when your community like ours that has a vaccination rate somewhere around 40%, I believe right now, you're still going to get vaccinated people that get it just because of the amount of numbers. Exposure.
Right.
And so, I mean,
that's huge.
It's huge when you think about it. I mean, it's great. I think we've done a lot of work here locally to get the vaccine out. But there's still work to do.
Right.
But, you know, when you think about it, and what we're seeing right now is that those people that have the vaccine aren't sick and they aren't coming to the hospital. Right. You know, if they are, it's with mild symptoms that I can send them home out of the ED.
Hi, my name is Mike Trent. I'm at the Trent Law Practice here in Halifax, Virginia. I'm a son of Southside Virginia. That's the reason I came back here after law school, because I want to represent my friends and neighbors in the courts of Halifax County and the surrounding areas. We take it really personally that we deal with regular people, and we want to help regular people with what are sometimes very difficult challenges. Our focus is on litigation. We do criminal defense. We do family law. We do quite a bit of personal injury. We also help in other areas, so if you have questions, please feel free to give us a call, shoot me an email, check us out on Twitter, Facebook, website. That should be on your screen. Thank you for your time, and I thank you for watching or listening to this today.